Okay, good morning, everybody. This is Arusha from Push, a Cure Fan documentary. It is day one of the 2023 Cure Tour, and I just thought I'd take you with me on my morning walk and also test to see how the network is without my little online internet, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, so this over here is Decatur Street. All this, I'm going to make this Cure relevant, don't worry. And the water is over there. And we're going to walk up to Bourbon Street, which is the street that Fascination Street was kind of inspired by. But we're also in the French Quarter, which, you know, you can just tell by the architecture how unique New Orleans is, especially this part. I mean, the French Quarter, I don't know the history behind it, and somebody else can tell me, but it's very old. It's a very old city with tons of history. There's a place I tried to go eat last night, but I was too stupid and I missed the boat. This, by the way, this beautiful building, which we will get to the front of, is the Omni House Royal Hotel. And why do I bring that up? Yes, the Cure stayed there in tours past, but they're not here now, so don't worry, I'm not blowing their cover. But I did want to stay nearby here because back in the day, in like 2000, you know, we did come here and we did see the band and all that, blah, blah, blah. And it was kind of magical and crazy. Soak it in for a second. Oops. Sorry. Pissing off everybody walking in the street. But so, you know, there's nothing like the charm of oh, good morning. Who's with me? I don't have my glasses on. I see Allison, Yvette, and Terry. Is my volume okay? So yeah, again, I don't know the history, but you know, these sort of iron structures and architecture obviously is very French, right? So New Orleans, a lot of people here speak French, and then there's the Creole. So aside from when the Native Americans were here, you know, then there was the big slave trade, which, you know, the lovely Brits, I guess, brought over the slaves from, where am I? Somebody help me with history. Somebody help me. It's 8 a.m. Yes, it's 8 a.m. here. Anyway, so it's a beautiful mix of history of, even though maybe the original parts wasn't that good, but so you can imagine, like, when you think about Fascination Street, I mean, clearly they weren't walking around during the day. But, all right, so let's go to the front of the Omni Hotel. So just imagine being like a little Cure fan, following the Cure, and going to this like crazy beautiful. I guess we were just at the front. wish I could go wide. Why can't I go wider? Anyway, this is the Omni. So it was all very like magical and crazy. And later I'm going to take you, I hope, to the place where Trent Reznor and Robert first met. If I run into the band, it'll only be dumb luck, but I highly, 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 highly doubt it. Also, by the way, so we're walking in the French Quarter, which is completely different than where the concert is. So for those international folks, it's sort of like, the Cure are not going to play in Camden, right? So Camden in London has a totally different feel, as does the area in Budapest, which I went to with all the incredible architecture. The stadium is in a more of a warehouse business district that can look like any part of the United States. What is this? There's a really cool record store, if it's still there. Oh, I'm sure. I have to cut myself off from records, though. I kind of like this. This is just working people. Whoa. We're also going to go to Café du Monde because I need to get a beignet. Does anyone listening know what a beignet is, or beignet? A beignet is, well, yeah, I'm going to wait. Does anyone know? Is this Bourbon Street? Ah, okay. So, I don't know if I can get a good shot. Actually, it seems kind of boring, but this is Fascination Street by day. Beignet is a kind of donut. Yes, I cannot wait. Hi from Spain. Hi, Ernest. But so you see how they have these cones here because they want, if people drive through, they want people to slow the fuck down and not hurt anybody. So at night, like, everything was closed last night at 10 when I tried to go get food, but people were, drinking on this street like crazy. And you can get alcohol here 24/7, and you can take it anywhere you want. And there's way cooler places to go visit, but we're not gonna get there. What's this? Oh, nothing. Another really cool thing I like about the architecture here, I don't know about that stupid thing, but is these like French doors here. I mean, these like giant, here, let me see if I can get a better view. Just these like French doors. So you're up on your balcony. It's a little bit like Italy, I guess. But then you just open the whole door and you step out onto your balcony. It's pretty cool. But you see how it's kind of, New Orleans is like rich and poor. So it has this, I don't know, a magic about it that like a real deep mystery. Here, let's walk in the middle of Fascination Street, and you can all pretend with me that we're walking with the Cure, being inspired. This car's like, okay, fuck you. All right, I have to remember how to get to Café du Monde. Ever heard of the Fascination Street? Yeah, Fascination Street is about a night on the town. Hold on, hold on. So look at this. Isn't this kind of beautiful? I hope you can see it okay. So yeah, it's opening time down on Fascination Street. So let's cut the conversation and go out for a bit. And I'm feeling all faded and paid and blah, 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 blah. You know, what as far as I remember, the legend is that they were on tour here, and one of the nights they went out to Bourbon Street, which is, you know, it's two things. It's disgusting and it's interesting. And we all know that at least Robert's seems like a very curious person. So jazz lovers, one of the really cool things about New Orleans too is that you can walk around, obviously in the afternoon and evenings, not in the morning, and just hear music everywhere. It's such a musical town. In fact, some say the birth of rock and roll was in New Orleans. Ah, here we go. Marie Laveau's House of Voodoo. Very, very famous voodoo queen. Another legend. Does anyone know the legend? I think she was a sorceress, a witch, a famous witch. Anyway, so, you know, you can go there, get your voodoo on. All right. Continuing on Fascination Street. So, so I think there's a preservation, is this it? Mason Bourbon, dedicated to the preservation of jazz. I don't know if that's Preservation Hall, but that's another really important place. I'll tell you when I'm not next to a big loud thing. And then these street lights. Is it real fire? It is. It's real fucking fire, dude. So Preservation Hall, which I think is the small, fucking hell, it's too loud. But it's that place right there. I think that's the right place. It's a famous place to see jazz. And I know that the Cure people have been there too. Because, you know, I've been following the fucking band for a million years, so I always hear Cure stories. I'm not telling you that I was there. Oh, look, there's a bar open. Now I've already forgotten what I was going to say. Okay, so now the streets. Oh, this is interesting. I don't know. What is that? Like, look at how cute these little houses are. I don't know where. I mean, if somebody from France is around, or the Caribbean, you know, maybe Maybe some of these houses are a little bit reminiscent of that. But look at that. Look how beautiful that is. I'd love to live in a little place like that. But the downside of New Orleans for people like me is that it's really, really hot. It is really, really hot. Oh, and see, you can hear the music, right? I could follow the music anywhere. Anyway, so yeah, let's continue down Bourbon Street. And if you guys bear with me, I am going to try to get to the bar. I shot there yesterday, but it's the bar where Trent Reznor and Robert Smith met. And who the hell cares? Well, maybe nobody, but again, if you can imagine, like, we all have fear of missing out, right? We all wish we were there at those magical moments. But that's what stories are for. And that's what history telling is for. Is so we can all kind of take ourselves there. Here's a nice Fascination Street. Here, I'm just going to stand here for a minute. Oh, no, I'm not. I mean, just imagine walking down the street and being inspired for Fascination Street by this place. At 3 in the morning, I'm sure. St. Anne. Okay, I think I need to turn on St. Anne. Yep. It's nice how narrow the streets are, but the other thing that sucks is you can't live here without a car. There's very few places in America that you can live without a car. Everyone going by seems like fucking pissed off, like, who is this fucking tourist? But whatever. So I am going to be broadcasting a bit today because I have the energy. So I think I'm going to do another broadcast at the fan meetup. And then I'll do another one when I'm inside. I can't commit because I'm going to be very excited. I'm going to wish you guys were all there with me, but I also want to soak it all in and not be worried about my phone. Look at this. So when New Orleans was the capital of the Spanish province, yeah, there's so much history here. Need to spend more time. But it's already, like, it's not even 9 o'clock and I'm boiling. It's really humid. People are friendly? Oh yeah, very generally speaking, people are very friendly here because it's the South and Southern culture sort of dictates, unlike East Coast culture in the States, you're supposed to be polite. You're supposed to be kind and say good morning and have a nice day. And look at this, Nolans Cigar and Coffee. So, you know, Southern hospitality is definitely a thing here. But Oh, I know what I was going to talk about. Imagine this place completely flooded and destroyed by Hurricane Katrina. I mean, it just upended everything. And this wasn't even the worst of it. Look how cool this hotel is. Kind of reminds me of Italy. And for anybody who has not traveled, if you have the means, do it. I mean, it's stressful, you get out of your comfort zone, but it's life expanding. All right, I feel like this video is getting to be too long. What do you guys think? I'll have to do a separate post of the club where Trent Reznor met Robert Smith. But I can say that this walk that we're going on, you know, I don't know what led to what, but we are walking towards it. So it was very far. I don't know if they took a cab there. I don't know what happened, but imagine going from the Omni Hotel, which was where we started, going all this way to this little goth club in New Orleans. And then we're approaching Café du Monde, which is where I'm going to get my vignette. And there's like a little jazz band out in front, so I'm just going to shut up for a minute. All right, if somebody tells me to walk down to the club, I'll do it. But otherwise, I feel like this video is very long. Like this shit I love. I love this shit. Look at this. So the club that they met is way, way, way down there. It would take me another 10 minutes to walk. But you kind of get the vibe. See if I can cross the street. You guys, look, there's a street sweeper. Does anyone get the joke? Like this guy's just doing a solo. You asked for it, you got it. We're gonna go to the club. Hi, Carl. Yeah, all right, we're walking to the club. Okay. So now, just to orient yourselves, if you've been with me the whole time, we started way up this street. We went up to Bourbon. We passed by the Omni Hotel. We walked down Bourbon Street. I'll return to Café du Monde. And now we're gonna go to the club where Trent Reznor met Robert Smith. Oh my God, look at this. What is going on? Okay, so for those uninitiated or that haven't heard the story, here it comes. In 1996, The Cure played in New Orleans. Trent Reznor was living here at the time, and he either frequented or owned, or I don't even know, this place called the Blue Crystal Club. Okay, so now imagine this. So we're further out, right? We're further out from anything remotely fancy. This is a little bit more like this is where the goths and the punks would hang like forever and ever and ever. Here's your goth clothing, blah blah blah. So 1996, you know, Trent Reznor says that Robert Smith wanted to meet him, and I think Robert Smith says that Trent wanted to meet Robert Smith. So who really knows? So anyway, so here it is again. Like, it's just a crappy street down the way in the goth part of town. Not so safe at night. So I'm sure the Cure took a cab, but whatever. But my friends were there. They had an amazing night. They saw The Cure. They saw the band afterwards, which happened a lot in 1996, and then they went to this club. There were a lot of fans at the club. And I don't know if the entire band was there, but my friends were witness to Trent Reznor being there and being kind of shy and awkward and like sitting by the wall. Gotta make sure I didn't miss it. God damn, did I miss it? No, I didn't miss it. So Trent Reznor is there with like his backwards baseball hat and like just his shirt, super awkward and shy. Pretty sure most of the band was there. And then at one point, my friends went up and started dancing because they were like, well, whatever, this is awkward. I might be butchering the story, so pals, if you're listening. But then Robert got up and started dancing. I don't think Trent got up and started dancing. Oh, but he did go over to the table where Robert was at. And then the night's carrying on and on and on. And my friend Erica snapped this infamous photo of Trent Reznor. Hold on. She snapped a photo of Trent Reznor and Robert Smith hugging on the dance floor, which I don't know why that's so moving to all of us, but it just is. Maybe it's because there's a fucking loud truck. Hold on a second. So the bars are open. Okay. We're almost there. Anyway, so Trent Reznor and Robert Smith hug. It's 1996. The night's insanely magical for the fans that were there. Everyone lives happily ever after, and that's that. Here it is, and it's closed, of course. Let's see if we can peek through the windows. But it's now called Santos Bar. It used to be called the Blue Crystal. Let me see. Oh my God. Hold on. Oh man, they did a great job covering it up. Damn it. You're gonna have to... Crystal blue persuasion. Yeah, you can't see any of it. All right, well, let's do a wide shot. And then I'm gonna call it a day. I mean, this is it. This tiny little club in New Orleans. This is the place that was once called the Blue Crystal, and where Trent Reznor met Robert Smith. Don't get deaded. I'm not gonna get deaded. And look at that. It's just like this tiny little dump. Isn't that wild? All right, guys, I'm gonna sign off. Maybe I'll reverse the camera for a second. I have no makeup on, yeah. I gotta go get a beignet. I gotta charge my phone. And I'll see you